Jai Hind everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel which is Explore Yourselves, Banking and General Knowledge etc. Jai Hind. Historical events of 31st March, a journey through time of 31st March 2025, Monday. Today that is 31st March, highlight in history. 1657, the Long Parliament presents the humble petition and advice offering Oliver Cromwell the British throne which eventually declines. 1706, the last session of history of the Catalan courts, the parliamentary body of the Principality of Catalonia ends. Catalonia's constitutional modernization passed by the courts aims to improve the guarantee of individual, political and economic rights, among them the secrecy of correspondence. 1717, a sermon on the nature of kingdom of Christ by Benjamin Hoadley, the Bishop of Bangor, preached in the presence of King George I of Great Britain, provokes the Bangorian controversy. 1761, the 1761 Lisbon earthquake strikes of the Iberian Peninsula with an estimated magnitude of 8.5, 6 years after another quake destroyed the city. 1774, American Revolution. The Kingdom of Great Britain orders the port of Boston, Massachusetts closed pursuant to the Boston Port Act. 1814, the Sixth Coalition occupies Paris after Napoleon's Grande Army capitulates. 1854, Commodore Matthew Perry signs the Convention of Kanagawa with the Tokugawa Shogunate, opening the ports of Shimoda with Hakodate to American trade. 1885, the United Kingdom establishes the Bechuanaland Protectorate. 1889, the Eiffel Tower is officially opened. 1899, Malolos, capital of the First Philippine Republic, is captured by American forces. 1901, Rusalka by Antonin Dvorak premieres at the National Opera House in Paraguay. 1905, Kaiser Wilhelm II of Germany declares his support for Moroccan independence in Tangier, beginning the First Moroccan Crisis. 1906, the Intercollegiate Athletic Association of the United States, later the National Collegiate Athletic Association, is established to set rules for college sports in the United States. 1909, Serbia formally withdraws its opposition to Austro-Hungarian actions in the Bosnian crisis. 1913, the Vienna Concert Society rioted during a performance of modernist music by Arnold Schoenberg, Alban Berg, Alexander von Zemlinsky, and Anton von Weber, causing a premature end to the concert due to violence. These concerts became known as the Scandal Concert. 1917, according to the terms of the Treaty of the Danish West Indies, the Icelands became American possessions. 1918, massacre of ethnic Azerbaijanis is committed by allied armed groups of Armenian Revolutionary Federation and Bolsheviks. Nearly 12,000 Azerbaijani Muslims are killed. 1918, daylight saving time goes into effect in the United States for the first time. 1921, the Royal Australian Air Force is formed. 1930, the Motion Picture Production Code is instituted, imposing strict guidelines on the treatment of sex, crime, religion, and violence in film in the US for the next 38 years. 1931, an earthquake in Nicaragua destroys Managua, killing 2,000. 1931, a transcontinental and western airliner crashes near Bajar, Kansas, killing 8, including University of Notre Dame head football coach Kunute Rukne. 1933, the Civilian Conservation Corps is established with the mission of relieving rampant unemployment in the United States. 1939, events preceding World War II in Europe, Prime Minister Neville Chamberlain pledges British military support to the Second Polish Republic in the event of an invasion by Nazi Germany. 1942, World War II, Japanese forces invade Christmas Island, then a British possession. 1945, World War II, a defecting German pilot delivers a Messerschmitt Me-262A-1, the world's first operational jet-powered fighter aircraft, to the Americans, the first to fall into Allied hands. 1949, the Dominion of Newfoundland joins the Canadian Confederation and becomes the 10th province of Canada. 1951, Remington Rand delivers the first UNIVAC-1 computer to the United States Census Bureau. 1957, elections to the Territorial Assembly of the French colony Upper Volta are held. After the elections, PDU and MDB form a government. 1958, in the Canadian federal election, the Progressive Conservatives, led by John Diefenbaker, win the largest percentage of seats in Canadian history with 208 seats of 265. 1959, the 14th Dalai Lama crosses the border into India and is granted political asylum. 1964, Brazilian General Olímpio Mourão Filho orders his troops to move towards Rio de Janeiro, bringing the coup d'etat and 21 years of military dictatorship. 1966, the Soviet Union launches Luna 10, which later becomes the first space probe to enter orbit around the moon. 1966, the Labour Party under Harold Wilson wins the 1966 United Kingdom general election. 1968, American President Lyndon B. Johnson speaks to the nation of steps to limit the war in Vietnam in a television address. At the conclusion of his speech, he announces, "I shall not seek and I will not accept the nomination of my party for another term as your president." 1970, Explorer 1 re-enters the Earth's atmosphere after 12 years in orbit. 1980, the Chicago, Rock Island and Pacific Railroad operates its final train after being ordered to liquidate its assets because of bankruptcy and debts owed to creditors. 1986, Mexican's Aviation Flight 940 crashes into the Sierra Madre Oriental mountain range near the Mexican town of Marabatío, killing 167. 1990, approximately 2 lakh protesters take to the streets of London to protest against the newly introduced poll tax. 1991, Georgian independence referendum. Nearly 99% of the voters support the country's independence from the Soviet Union. 1991, the Warsaw Pact formally disbands. 1992, the USS Missouri, the last active United States Navy battleship, is decommissioned in Long Beach, California. 1992, the Treaty of Federation is signed in Moscow. 1993, the Macau Basic Law is adopted by the 8th National People's Congress of China to take effect December 20, 1999. Resumption by China of the exercise of sovereignty over Macau. 1995, Helena is murdered by her fan club president Yolanda Saldivar at a Dage Inn in Corpus Christi, Texas. 1995, Aerom Flight 371, an Airbus A310-300 crashes near Balotesti, Romania, killing all 60 people on board. 1998, Netscape releases Mozilla source code under an open source license. 2004, Iraq war in Anbar province. In Fallujah, Iraq, 4 American private military contractors working for Blackwater, USA are killed after being ambushed. 2005, the dwarf planet Mekmek is discovered by a team led by astronomer Michael E. Brown at the Palomar Observatory. 2016, NASA astronaut Scott Kelly and Roscosmos cosmonaut Mikhail Kornienko returned to Earth after a year-long mission at the International Space Station. 2018, start of the 2018 Armenian Revolution. 2023, a historic tornado outbreak occurs in the American Midwest and its northern south. Thank you very much for your patience. Request for like, share and subscribe.